Welcome back to Sun, Sand, and Sawdust. Today I'm here with my architect, Blane Steinman, and I met you, 2006. So I met Blane in 2006 for the first project that we did, and I thought today we would just have a little conversation about if you're thinking of doing a remodel on your house along the Jersey coast, start with an architect. So I thought we'd start with Blane. Okay, so
Thank you.
So when I first met you, I came in with an idea of something I liked. If somebody's out there and they just want to do a remodel, do they need to have an idea, or is that where you come in?
They need to have an idea, but it doesn't have to be a refined, figured out idea. It can be anything from vague to specific. You had a great concept with yours. You showed me pictures of what you wanted it to look like, and you knew the spaces, so that made it a lot easier. But sometimes it's just a matter of telling me what the issue is. We need more bedrooms, or we need more space, or we need whatever it is that you need.
Okay. And so somebody comes in with that idea and you get started. So you do what's called preliminary plans. I have to be honest, I don't remember the process.
Preliminary
We
plans,
went back and
yeah.
forth so many times.
And that's what the preliminary design phase is all about.
Okay.
You usually go back and forth, and what you're doing is you're designing as you go, because you're looking at what we've come up with and thinking about it, living through it mentally, and then we make adjustments until you're happy with it.
Okay. Is the best option for them to make an appointment to come here, or do you like to see the house first, or the location?
If it's a renovation, I would go on site.
Okay. Sidebar, we've been going back and forth because we thought at first we were going to just do a rebuild, but Blane did such a great job on my renovation. I can't part with it. This was the major renovation I mentioned in 07 and 08, so we just need to refine it a bit. So I just loved it. But and Blaine's the best architect because he puts up with me. Sorry, I'm changing my mind again. But you deal with that all the time.
All the time.
Because you don't know until you see your plans what you actually want.
Right.
Okay. The other thing that Blane really is knowledgeable about is zoning.
Local zoning, yeah.
Local zoning. And so when somebody comes in and says, this is what I want to do, you sort of coach them through that process, correct?
Yeah, most people don't know all of the details. Most people know that there's a building coverage. They know that there's setbacks, but there's a few other items, and some people know more, some people know less, but we have to look into all of it.
Okay, so you're up on all of the town's zoning, or you just kind of call every once in a while when you get a plan in that area?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
We always have to check.
Okay.
Because even if you know it, it may have changed. It changes all the time. And zoning, unlike the building codes are pretty well set.
Okay.
They're the same for the entire state. Zoning codes vary from town to town. So if you're working in Avalon, it's different than Stone Harbor, it's different than Cape May. So you have to know the specific zoning codes of that town, and then you have to check and make sure they're still current.
Right. So the curveball that we were thrown with the project I'm doing now is Avalon changed the sprinkler with the fire code.
They changed what they accepted, yes.
Right. So that's another thing. If you're thinking of, you definitely need to partner with Blane or a local architect for your town if you're not in this area, because we would have been going along blissfully inviting other people down to my house summer 2024 and we can't fit them because we cannot add that extra bedroom and bathroom. And then are you able to give people a sort of a estimate for the cost of plans when you first meet with them, or does that evolve over time?
Very roughly.
Okay.
It's usually better when we work with a builder to develop the budgeting.
Okay. So first step, correct me if I'm wrong, first step is architect. They don't necessarily have to have a contractor or knowledge of a contractor, because you can have some suggestions, correct?
We can certainly make recommendations. Yes.
Right. Because when I did my first project, you had given me 3 names and I got the 3 quotes. But I just loved my contractor, John McCorson in Avalon. We kind of, our personalities matched, because I think that's important.
For sure.
And I think the personality situation matched with you.
It was a good team. I mean, John's great, and I worked well with him, and you worked well with him. And you knew what you wanted. You brought me pictures. A lot of our clients bring, they take pictures. Now it's easy with the phone. You just text them over or email them over. It makes it a lot easier. But, magazines, Pinterest, places like that are always great for inspiration.
Oh, that's great. So I absolutely have loved working with Blane and his team. They're receptive. They answer emails, phone calls, and we really did work as a team, as Blane said, designing this final plan after it's been over a year. Yeah. Oh, that's what I want to ask about. How long does it take? So if somebody comes into you to, after they see this video and they call Blane, about how long would you say from them from start to finish, from concept to construction drawings, do you think it's running about?
I think a year is safe for that.
Okay.
I think it's more than safe for that. I would say to permit, to start a construction, a year is good.
Okay.
Because that considers time for bidding, time for permitting.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Blane, and we'll see you next episode.